Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for taking time out of your Monday. It is officially the last day of June, which is insane to think that tomorrow is July 1st and we have the 4th of July on Friday. So time is absolutely flying by. We have a lot of great information for you today, and most of it is going to be delivered by Miss Melissa D. Hall. So she is a new partner with that National Contracting Center, and she has some really great resources and information for you guys about how to make events successful and really start your own lead generation machine. So we're really excited to have her on today. Before Miss Melissa gets started, I just want to go over a really key point in our website that's going to be very beneficial for everybody moving in to first look in rollout season. So you have our website here. This is what you're going to see when you type in nccagent.com. If you click on the AHIP and Carrier Certification Central, it is going to take you to just that. So this is going to be your place, one-stop shop for all your certification and first look needs. So if you click on the AHIP discount, it's going to take you to the AHIP page. It's going to put in a $50 discount for you as long as you see the little NCC logo in the top right-hand corner of that AHIP page, just like that. If we go back, you're going to see certification tracker, and that will take you, I'm not real sure where that takes you, but I'm very interested. So that takes you to a fun little page right there. So you can actually track your certifications, which if you're like us, you're certifying with about 35 to 40 different carriers. And it's a little hard to keep track of. So great little document there. If you scroll down, these links right here are going to take you to each carrier's certification page. So it takes the guesswork out of where you need to go to get your certification completed. And then our most fun portion, if you scroll back up, is going to be the first look tab there. That's going to give you your most up-to-date 2026 carrier information. They are all going to require a login to view the carrier information. That's their rule, not ours. We will make things as simple for you as possible. But again, a one-stop shop for all your 2026 needs. So we're a full year ahead already. We're talking 2026. I'll let that sink in for a second, but I am going to turn it over to Miss Melissa D. Hall. She is going to talk to you about how to generate some leads and really get yourself settled in the Medicare world to have a very successful AEP. So, Melissa, I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to let you start talking.
Hey, how are you all today? I am Melissa D. Hall. Okay. Some of you all might have known me from being around in the industry. What's up, Cerise? How you doing? That's right, Cerise. She's one of my students. And some of you all may know me from being around in the industry. Now, listen. I am so happy. Hello, thank you so much, Lisa Glenn. Good morning to you. Lisa Glenn, where are you chiming in from? Y'all, let me know where you all are chiming in from, okay? Okay, you're coming from Georgia. I love Georgia. I'm actually based here in North Carolina. So very good, very good. What about the rest of you all? South Florida. Shout out to Natalie from South Florida. We got people in Knoxville. What's it like in Knoxville? Tell me. I've been in Nashville. Who else? Somebody, we got David Little from Savannah. Jacqueline Vogel from NY. NY, stand up. I love it. I love it. Gatlin, Tennessee. Yes, it does feel great. It feels great today. Don, you're in Wilmington, North Carolina. Do you have a place for me to stay for 4th of July? Let me know. Let me know. You rent out your other room for Airbnb for the holiday. York, South Carolina. Shout out to York, South Carolina. I love it. So we got people from everywhere. Big cities, small cities. And today, y'all, I got something so good for you. Okay. It is called, we're going to talk about how to host. Okay. Six-figure Medicare events. I'm gonna give y'all 7 steps. I've been teaching people all about this across the country. I just had my Medicare events that when Cerise, she's a member of it here. And Donovan says, so full up this weekend, maybe next time. I'm sure you are full. You ain't got a place for me to stay. I guess I'll just stay on the beach. The weather's gonna be nice. So listen, I hope y'all got your pens and pads, right? Because I'm gonna be sharing with y'all some important information on the how-tos, okay? And just gonna make y'all successful. Quick question. Who here has hosted their own event before? Let's talk about that. Let me know if you've hosted your own uh, Medicare event before. Is this something that you have been doing? Let me know in the comments. All right, I see them coming through. And how did it go? All right, we are presenting here. All righty. Says, have not done it. Planning one lead source was a wash. No one showed up. Listen, no one showed up. Let me tell you something. Some of you all might just be like my friend Ron here, where no one showed up. But can I tell you something? That lets you know you're in the game. Okay? You're in the game. Can we say failure means that you're in the game? Can we type in the game in the chat? In the game. Somebody said, did one. That's right. Lisa said she's in the game. In the game, Ron. It was the education cost lots and lots showed up for the free meal in the game. That's right, Natalie. In the game. Y'all in the game. Maureen is in the game. Period. Y'all are in the game. Failure shows that y'all in the game. And I have failed a lot, right? But I have a system now that is gonna give y'all success. Okay. We are in the game. 7 steps to Medicare event success. Can I get a whoop whoop? All right, that's me, Melissa D. Hall. And listen, I just had a event called Best AEP Ever. It was a virtual online conference, and it taught you how to write 100 applications. And the events was kind of the crux of it, but I had speakers from all over. We had over 1,000 um ages agents all across come onto this. Okay, and if y'all were on there, y'all saw it. So let's go. So let's talk about what hosting events did for me. Hosting events brought my agency back to life, right? So I've been in insurance since 2008. I started off with final expense. I've always been in the senior market. So I'm like a senior market, senior citizen warrior, right? I did it 2008 when I was 21 years young, okay? In college, a sophomore. So if you're trying to figure out how old I am, you can do the math, okay? And from there, y'all, in 2017, I got into Medicare. Now, when I was doing final expense only, the most I ever made was $65,000, and 30,000 of it was spent on leads, right? And then when I got exposed to Medicare, my first AEP, right, I made 65,000. So everything I made in a year, I made in like 54 days, and I didn't have any lead debt. Can y'all say sold out? Sold out, right? I was one of those people, I was sold out. I knew that this was what I was supposed to be doing and that people did not have to die to benefit from it. Because from those of you all who have sold final expense, you know that it could be very morbid. Is that a right word for us to call it? Morbid, right? It could be very, very morbid. And so when I found out about Medicare, I could help people while they're living. I knew it was what I needed to be doing. And very quickly, I grew, right? I have television commercials featuring me. I had a call center where I had like 13 agents. You know, we helped over 3,000 people. Like I scaled super fast, okay? Like I love building things, especially like call centers. I love building them. And then that's when I found out that I love building them, but I don't like running them, right? And so after a while, I got burnt out. Okay. And in 2023, I sold about 80% of my agency. And the majority of the people were here in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. And If anyone here has sold a business or been part of a sale or anything, even though I was doing what was best for me, my clients did not feel the same way. Okay. Could y'all imagine the calls I got and the letters I got? Could y'all imagine it? And it was just very like emotional. My clients, they were not happy. Just it was just a whole thing. And so they were upset. I no longer had an audience, but I still decided to stay in the business. Okay. And in the meantime, I started selling a lot in Maryland. I'm from Maryland originally. I'm a Maryland girl. And so I was doing a lot of business there, and I grew a really big following in Maryland. And part of my sale was that I would kind of just let them, have the clients for 2 years. And so I just didn't want any conflict, so I started selling in another area. However, the 2 years was up and it was time for me to come back. And y'all, I was scared. Again, I left some people pissed off, right? Because we were very active in the community, doing television shows, all types of things. We've done talent shows, all the things that I'm going to show y'all today. Okay. But Melissa D. Hall, the Hall Insurance Agency, was here. And then, employees as well. So with that said, I didn't really have a full customer base, okay, to even come back here to. Okay, can you all understand the anxiety and the conundrum I'm in? Let me know in the chat if you all feel me. Let me know you feel me, even if you could just say, I feel you, okay? Melissa, I feel you. Let me know you feel me. All right, because I'm not going to continue until I know y'all are with me, that you feel me. I'm not just here talking. Okay. Do I see anything coming in the chat? Somebody said, Cherie, she feel me. All right. Donald said he spent 20 years in Maryland and my kids, I grew up there. Okay, good, good. Somebody said they feel, who else said they feel me? Okay. Yes. Lisa Glenn said, yes, she feels you. Thank you. All right. Let me know. All right. So I'm going back and so I decided to do an event. It was a jazz brunch, okay? And y'all, this brunch, we had, let's say about 55 people RSVP, okay? I had 55 people RSVP. And usually with most events of those 55 people, how many people y'all think show up? If you got 55 people, how many people y'all think show up? 5, 30, 15. Right? Half, half, right? That's what I was thinking, right? And I had rented out some seats in a restaurant. I rented out a portion of the restaurant for them to come, and that's it. But y'all, all right, that is the whole restaurant. Okay, we literally ended up taking not just this section, the whole restaurant, y'all. It was the best. What 600? What I think I spent close to $600 I ever spent, y'all. Over 70 people came. People were just bringing people. Like the line was out the door. It brought my agency back to life in a place that I left. We've been on and popping like popcorn. And I will say again, y'all have to remember, I sold 80% of my clients. So out of this picture here, I would say about maybe 10 people in there are my actual clients. Yes, the rest of them were all new people, y'all. It was just amazing there to hear what I had to say. And that's me in the pink. Listen, Medicare events are the way to 100 applications. I'm all about 100 applications because once you hit 100 applications, to me, like life changes. That's a person's salary. Like it's real. You're really in it to win it. And we just got a raise, so it's not 690 anymore. It's 60. Excuse me. It is 690 versus what the 630 we were getting. We got a huge raise, and even if everybody's not new to Medicare, because likely they won't be. Even if half of them are, so what? You get $35,000 in 57 days. That ain't bad, right? That's still amazing. So 100 applications is it, and you can do it. Like me, even on my own pen last year, all right, I did 165 applications on my own pen. Okay, that's my own pen. Right. So the business is definitely out there. And this year is going to be just as good. So I like to tell people, like, I walk it like I talk it. So I got over half, right? I exceeded the count of the 50. I got, like I said, I got close to 70 folks. All right. And what I want to add too is that I got 70 people who attended, okay? And 80% of them signed up to get Medicare, to hear more about Medicare, life insurance, and all the other products I offer. So these aren't just people coming to eat my food. These are people who want what I'm selling. Okay? Who can we put in that? Profitable, profitable. Okay? It was very profitable. And I spent to get those 100 folks there, oh, excuse me, to get those 70 folks there, as far as marketing, I spent about $200. $200. That's what I spent. And that's what I'm going to teach y'all how to do. All right, let's go to the next. All right, this is the formula I want to give y'all. Okay. If you want to write 100 applications during AEP, you need to have 2 events a week. Okay. Can we put 2 events a week? 2 events a week equals 100 applications. All righty. 2 events a week. The power of live events and client acquisition. Events are effective. Okay, they are effective. They are affordable. Okay, if you do it the right way, they're affordable. Okay, events also took me from obscure to viral. Alrighty, so I kind of went on an event tour, okay, where I was doing events all over. So I had this great event in Durham, right? Then my next event I had in Fayetteville. And in Fayetteville, I had 13 RSVPs. Do y'all know how many people showed up from the 13 RSVPs? Let me see what you got. 13 RSVPs, put in the chat how many people showed up. 60, 30, 49, 40, 50. Ron said 50. Buckhorn said 49. Lisa 40. Nelly said 50. Y'all, 2 people showed up. 2 people showed up. Like I probably had more in staff than I had in clients. 2 people showed up. Can we say failing lets you know you in the game? Say I was in the game. I was in the game. Okay. I was in the game. And you know what I could have did at that time? I could have gave up. I could have given up, but it's like I already had some success. Yes, stay in the game. Fayetteville, North Carolina, not Georgia, not Fayetteville, Georgia. I stayed in that game because I already knew it was successful. And how I'm doing my events, I'm not spending, if we were doing a dinner seminar and all that stuff where I'm spending 5,000 on mail, right? And that's a whole nother fiasco, which we could talk about, and nothing against the dinner seminars, they have their place, but to me, they are not scalable or sustainable unless you have a huge budget, okay? And they're for more advanced folks, okay? So I do mine in a totally different way. And anyway, so when this happened, okay, I was just out the advertising money, few $100. I wasn't out anything else, and I had to pay my staff for the day. It still beat 4 or 5 thousand bucks, right? So my next event was the next week in Maryland. Because mind you, like I told y'all, this whole time I had been building up this following in Maryland. So I decided that I hosted an event there. Okay. I hosted a dance event there. And y'all, that one was another one. At that one, we had over 100 folks come to this event. Okay. And it was a line dancing event. And I didn't think too much of it. Like I knew it was going to be big in the fact that a lot of people were going to come. I didn't think about anything else. Now, to let y'all know, I have a YouTube channel that I have dedicated to agents since about 2012, right? So I'm like one of your OGs on the internet when it comes to agent training and influence and all that stuff. I probably invented it, okay? I was on there before them all, okay? Me and Christine Austin, okay? And so I had this channel and I couldn't get it past like 890 subscribers. Y'all, I do this event. I post a clip on it, okay? Next thing you know, I wake up. All right, I posted the event was over at 1. I posted a clip at 2. Do y'all know I woke up with 500,000 views? And it just kept growing. Not just on Facebook, excuse me, not just on YouTube, but on Facebook as well. Okay, so mind you, these are my stats right now from YouTube. Okay, this is since March 22nd when it was published. I have 3.5 million views from that just on YouTube and over 7,000 subscribers. And over 50% of my subscribers are 65 and over. Okay? So these are seniors. Okay, you cannot buy that. You know how much ad money that would take to get that, right? And that is what, the event took me. It took me viral. So now I get requests from all over the US to host events for seniors. Okay. So that is what, where I'm teaching people and what I'm teaching you all how to do. And this is what is possible. Don't just think, oh, you're just having a little event at a Golden Corral and that's it. No, you have a real opportunity to make an impact. All right. Stay in the game. Where MV must have had fun at the event. It was fun. It was fun. It was in Baltimore. It was in Baltimore. And also, let y'all know here, it's 3.5 million on YouTube. I have 1.5 million on Facebook. And they also monetize my account. So I got a nice check for that video as well. And all of you all have the ability to. I would say the number one thing that agents do when they have events is that they don't take pictures because we live in an age nowadays that if it's not on Facebook, it didn't happen. Can we agree? All right. Events are the easiest way to sell one to many. All right. Going around calling 100 leads, knocking on 100 doors, that's not how you're going to get it. Right? Because it's not going to take 100 doors, it's not going to take 100 leads, it's going to take more like 400, right? So it's the easiest way to sell to one to many if you have a big goal. Events are the key to go from solo producer to agency owner. Who here on this call wants to own an agency or already has an agency? Let me know. Agree, agree. Okay, Natalie. Yes, Donald. Yes, I. Okay, good. Yes, all y'all do. And we all know the number one reason why agents leave is because of what? Leads, right? Leads. That's it. And so if you don't have the leads, you don't have the agent. They say whoever controls the leads controls the agent. And if you give them a place to go, they will stay. As much as I love my agents, I ask them, what do y'all like the best? They say the leads. And so if you give them a place to go, they will go. Right. And, one thing is this with the lead, you could give them and so many things can happen. They could call it or not. But if you give them an event, they have to show up. They have to show up. And this is a way for you all to scale your agency. So I have an agency, have a lot of agents, and guess what? They all use my events that win course. Okay, that I'll talk about. They all do it. They're all in my mastermind. So, hosting an event, hosting events is the way for agency owners to retain agents by giving them a place to go. Just like I said, it's one agency I know of, and it's a big time agency out of Vegas, and all they do is host events for their agents, set their agents up with events, and they are LOA. Their agents are LOA. They don't even get full commission. Now, with this, the way I teach you how to do it, you can still give your agents full commission, promote, market for them, right? And still give them full commission because you'll have the profit margin, right? Because you can get an event with 100 folks, right? I show you how to do that. And you could spend, 400 or 500 bucks, right? On advertising versus you going to mail in and all that, and you're trying to get 100 people, then it's like what? $5,000, $4,000 just for the mail, not including the meals, right? It is no profit margin for you there. They have to be LOA. They cannot be, get a full commission, right? And then that's a whole other thing. All right, if you know what you're doing. So these are just the facts. In fact, 85% of customers report being more likely to purchase after attending a brand's live event. I think that's important to say. And 70% say they are more inclined to become repeat customers if they are able to go to a live event. What does that mean for us? More referrals, right? More referrals, more people, you know, more products in the household, right? With the final expense, with the Medicare, with the hospital indemnity, right? 40% of customers agree that experiential marketing makes them more loyal to a brand, right? So experiential, experiencing, it makes them loyal to you when they come and experience you in real time. 50 to 80% of word of mouth activity in any given product category is a result of a consumer's direct experience with a product or service. And 65% of customers say that the product demos and live events help them understand the product, okay, better than any other advertising method. So that's why when people do come to your events or you go and see them in person, they'll say, yeah, I have all this mail. And they still don't get it, right? It breaks it down clear as day. And they bring all the mail to you is because when they see you in person, it brings that clarity, especially to something like Medicare. So, what you're going to learn, you're going to learn the power of live events and client acquisition, how successful agents use events to stand out and attract their ideal clients, and how to position yourself as the trusted expert in the community. Number one, there we go. People love a personal connection. So this is one of my clients, Miss Frida Weston. She came up to my event in Durham from Georgia. So she started off in Durham, moved to Georgia. She heard I was having this event. She was one of the ones I kept, right? And so she came just to see me, right? The connection. It makes them feel valued. A lot of people try to go so cheap on seniors. Can we agree on that? People just try to what? Give them bingo, give them donuts. They get tired of that. And we make a lot of money off of them. So this makes them feel valued when you invest in them, right? And it instills trust in them when they meet you in person. And it gives them something to do. Especially seniors are bored. Do you know what one client told me? She told me, she said, I love coming to your events because I don't feel old. That is what they told me. They said they do not feel old. So let's talk about Medicare event success. Step one, choosing the right type for your business. We have three types of events, right? We have prospecting events, okay? Prospecting. Let's put that in the chat, prospecting. Prospecting events are events that, you know, where people know, that's right, Natalie, prospecting. People know that they're coming there to hear a sales presentation, that they're going to be sold. It's usually new folks, right? It's like your Medicare, I guess, 101s, your dinner seminars, your ANOC meetings per se, those are prospecting meetings. Okay. And I'm going to say this, if you all have been in this business for over 2 years and all you're doing are Medicare 101s, you are doing this business wrong. Okay. Can we put that in the chat? If all you're doing is Medicare 101s, you are doing this business wrong. It is so much more to prospecting besides Medicare 101s. Can y'all agree to that? But it's okay. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. Community building events, right? Community building events lets you keep your community, right? It builds that bond between you and your community. It might be something that doesn't necessarily have a formal presentation. It might be a fun activity, right? And this is the thing. Some people think, oh, well, if it's community building, then, I won't make any money or I won't get any sales. Yes, you will. Yes, you will, because everybody knows what you do, and it's going to come up naturally. Okay, you don't even have to bring it up. Matter of fact, you can host a community building. Like I had one where I had the FBI. I partnered with them. They came out and talked about scams. You don't think people came to hear about Medicare and to talk to me about it? It just comes up. And then celebration events. I love celebration events. Celebration events, it shows that things are moving forward in your business, right? that time is moving forward. It allows them to bring their family members. Like a good one to have around during AEP is Thanksgiving event celebrations. Okay, that's really big because that's kind of when things are slow, right? It gives you that last extra push before the season is over. It brings out their family, who's going to be your next generation, right? Brings out their friends, celebration events, your anniversaries for your business, 10-year anniversary, things of that sort. All right, some creative ideas that generate high quality leads. I did an ice cream truck run, a FBI event, jazz breakfast, senior talent show. These are just some of the ones I've done. Step three is event budgeting and funding strategy. Break down your event costs. Identify potential funding sources such as sponsorships, ticket sales, or partnerships, right? Set aside a contingency fund for unexpected expenses. So you want to budget it out, okay? Step four, leveraging carrier co-op dollars, scholarships, and partnerships. So again, being in Medicare, we are really blessed to be able to have marketing dollars already budgeted towards us and partnering with NCC where they have this, right? But you got to give them something to work with because guess what? The secret's out. Everybody's always asking carriers all the time for money. So, you really have to make it make sense to them. Okay, and if you think it's just a matter of having a Medicare 101 again and them giving you money to host it in a library, you're sadly mistaken. Nothing's going to come from that. So think it out. How can you offer them value, right? And guess what? A carrier isn't the only person. Okay, these primary care clinics aren't the only people. Okay, who would like to get in front of our audience. Okay, you want to develop a partnership proposal showcasing the benefit of sponsorship. Again, create a PDF or whatnot. Get fancy with it. You're asking people for money, put in the effort. Okay. So many times, agents, they really are just lazy. They really are just lazy, or maybe they just don't know. Like, create a proposal, like, make it fancy, create a PDF, like, use those computer skills, get something developed. Show that you put some thought when you're asking people for money, okay? And offer sponsorship tiers with varying levels of exposure and perks, right? Some people you might just give a table to. Some people you might give speaking time to in front of the crowd, right? Some people you might let do a drawing. It's different ways. Not everybody should excuse me, not everybody should have the same level of exposure, right? And that is a way for you to get money to fund your events. Again, it's an event. Let's start thinking, in that way, right? How does this sound so far? Are you all getting something out of what I'm saying? More than a Medicare 101. That's right. Are you all getting something out of this? Yes, yes, yes. I love that. Let me know if y'all are getting something out of this. All right, very good. All right, I love it, Ron. I love it, Cerise and Natalie. Can you see step three again, please? Sure. Let me go back one. Break down your event costs, identify potential funding sources, sponsorships, ticket sales, or partnerships, set aside a contingency fund for unexpected expenses. Again, y'all, listen, I had a situation where I paid for food and everybody, like all these people showed up and I had to rent out the whole restaurant. Luckily, I had money set aside. I didn't know what it was going to be for, right? If I had to go and get a projector screen, if I had to go and hire somebody else, at the last minute help out, whatever, I had the money. And for me, it was having to buy more food. Things come up. Step five, marketing and filling your event for maximum attendance. Utilize multi-channel promotion, email marketing, social media, direct mail, right? This is your business. It's multifaceted. People find out about you different ways, right? Leverage referral marketing by encouraging attendees to bring a guest. 65-year-olds, no other 65-year-olds. Now, one thing I want to say about the marketing is this. You need to have something where you're able to mass message your guests. text message, not just email, texting. Okay. Everybody here should have a CRM where you can mass message your folks. Okay. I use agency blog. That's a good one. If you're not able to mass message your folks, you are not in the game. Okay? If you're able to mass message your folks, you are in the game. Even if you have to buy a whole separate system, text messaging wins. Only about 30% of emails are open, and that's if you have a good list. 90% of text messages are open, even if they say spam. Even if they say spam. Okay? So if you do not have a way to mass message your people, right? You are you not in the game. You got to get to it. And I'm not saying sending text messages one by one by one. No, 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 no. Invest in your infrastructure. If you want these results, you all gonna have to invest in your infrastructure. Okay. And we're calling, and right now, this whole thing is calling you to a new level of business. Okay. One thing about seniors is this: seniors, they are the number one growing demographic in technology, right? And I know that some of us might come from a different time, okay? However, these seniors are being reached by technology, right? The demographic, especially the ones who are turning 65, we call them like the younger boomers, they are coming off jobs where they have to use technology, right? Where they're using a computer. So them even seeing the value in us as agents, all right? Them seeing the value in us, because some of them are going to Medicare.gov and going and doing it by themselves. So you doing these events and things of that sort creates value. And one of the things I did on the best AEP ever conference, I had a senior there and I interviewed her. Okay. And those who was on Cerise, she was on there. And she said it. She Googled and found her agent because the agent she had, she never heard from again. So she Googled Medicare agents and she got in touch with United Healthcare directly. Okay. So these seniors are using technology, right? All right, next. Run an event that converts, right? Because okay, you got the people there, but let's get the converts, right? So you want to make sure you create a detailed run a show for the day, right? Exactly what's happening. Make sure it includes the names of all vendors and help and what they will be doing so everyone knows who. The more detailed, the better. And give this to your team ahead of time if possible and have a quick huddle to go over it. So before the event starts, we have a huddle to go over what's happening that day. All right, listen, those of you all who want 100 applications, it using events, it doesn't start in October, it starts now. Can we put now in the chat? Now, 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 now. That's right. It starts now. So June is the month for planning all your AEP events, right? Thinking about what you're going to do, looking at the calendar. July, all your events need to be scheduled, right? Those of you all who do events, do you all have events scheduled already? I do. I have places where they want me every year. They want me every year, so I'm kind of like already booked. And in the events that win course, I teach you how to get into those places where your calendar will be full already. In August, you need to be presenting. No later than that last week of August, you need to be presenting. All right, let me just check the comments right quick because it's just not a one-way thing. I think this is a two-way conversation. So let me just check in. So yes, now. Donald Weber says now. Maurice says now. Lisa says now. That's right. It starts now. Ritiana says now. Ron, well, now. Yes. Okay, I love this. Y'all are in it to win it. Says we can start getting clients in August. I thought we couldn't even talk about it until October. Well, listen, in late August, you want to start doing some type of event. Again, you're not just a one trick pony. Might not be just Medicare 101s. There's other things you could do, right? Or maybe it might be, who knows? But you could talk about the benefits for now. You could do Medicare 101s and other things as well, right? You could start being out in the community and having your face out there. Okay. But if you think, oh, you're just going to start October 1st, somebody's already beat you to it. I mean, um, you start scheduling appointments with your current clients, in July, August, right? So if you're going to start doing events in October, you don't really have time because October 15th, everything starts. So let's just say, y'all, if you all decide, oh, well, I'm just going to wing it, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? October 15th hits, you start doing events in October 1st because you feel, oh, well, I could talk about benefits at that time, right? You only have 2 weeks. And if you're trying to hit 100, most of those people, they're already, um, they already have an agent. They already committed to talk to somebody on October 1st, right? Who's just telling them what plan will work best, going over all their meds and scheduling for October 15th to just sign the app. Any questions? That's right. I see y'all coming through. All right. Thank you, Carol.
Wanted to thank y'all for your time. Melissa, thank you so much for your partnership. I am super excited to continue to work with you. The value that you provide to not only NCC, but also our agents is fantastic. So we really appreciate the overall partnership. I do want to be as respectful of everybody's time as
Yes,
humanly possible, so
absolutely.
we'll let y'all jump off of here. If you have any questions for Melissa, you can run those through me or contact her directly through her website. I know that she is going to be more than happy to help all of you. We hope as many of you take advantage of the marketing dollars to sign up for that class as possible. We look forward to talking to y'all soon. I hope you have a fantastic end of June and beginning of July, and we will get together here in the next few weeks on our next Wisdom Wednesday. So I hope you have a great day.